Good day everyone. I am Rex Odani Trinea, BSED Mathematics 3, and I am your moderator about the topic, the DepEd K-12 Mathematics Curriculum Framework, Curriculum Guide in Mathematics and 21st Century Skills. For the first question, what are the main goals of K-12 DepEd curriculum in teaching mathematics?
So good morning once again. So for me, the main goal of K-12 DepEd curriculum in teaching mathematics is the knowledge and skills, wherein the mathematics curricula at the primary and junior secondary levels aims to help students develop general skills in and build up positive attitudes toward mathematics, as well as emphasizing the appropriate use of information technology. The mathematics curriculum guides published by the CDC set forth the goals of primary and secondary mathematics education clearly. The goals for primary mathematics curriculum are: stimulate interest in the learning of mathematics, help students understand and acquire basic mathematical concepts, and computational skills, help students develop creativity and the ability to think, communicate, and solve problems. Then, help students develop number and spatial sense and the ability to appreciate patterns and structure of numbers and shapes. And lastly, enhance students' lifelong learning abilities through basic mathematical knowledge. Next is the goals for the secondary mathematics curriculum are as follows. First, it enables students to develop mathematical conceptualization, inquiry, reasoning, and communication skills, and the ability to use mathematics to formulate and solve problems in everyday life as well as in mathematical context. Next, it enables students to manipulate numbers, symbols, and other mathematical objects. Next, it helps students develop number, symbol, and spatial sense, as well as a sense of measurement and the capability to appreciate structures and patterns. Then lastly, it helps students develop positive attitudes toward mathematics and the ability to appreciate the aesthetic nature and the cultural aspects of mathematics.
Is the goal implemented effectively? Why or why not?
So, is the goals useful? Yes, because mathematics provide an effective way of building mental discipline and encourage logical reasoning and mental rigor. In addition, mathematical knowledge plays a crucial role in understanding the contents of other school subjects, such as science, social studies, and even music and arts.
Thank you for that answer, Miss Istimo. For the second question, what are the 5 content areas in the curriculum? Define and describe each content area according to its purpose and function in teaching and learning mathematics.
The first content is numbers and number sense. So this content focuses on students' understanding of numbers. It includes counting numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, decimals, real numbers, and complex numbers. So it also focuses on properties, operation, estimation, and their application to real-world situations. The second is measurement. So this content focuses on using numbers and measurement to describe, understand, and compare mathematical and concrete objects. Students learn to spot traits, select APT units and tools, apply measurement concepts, and explain measurement-related ideas. Students are expected to use the measurement attributes of length, mass or weight, capacity, time, money, and temperature. Also, students should demonstrate the ability to extend basic concept and application involving perimeter, area, surface area, volume, and angle measured. Students should be able to use measuring instrument and use technology for calculation with imprecise measurement. And third is geometry. So this content addresses the goal of developing reasoning skills in formal and informal settings. So the extension of proportional thinking to similar figures and indirect measurement is an important aspect of this content. And students are expected to model properties of shapes and use mathematical communication skills to draw figures given its description. Students also expected to understand properties of geometric figures and apply reasoning skills to make and validate conjectures about transformation and combinations of shapes. They are also expected to demonstrate various geometric and algebraic connections. So next is patterns, function, and algebra, or patterns and algebra. So on this content, students are expected to use algebraic notation and thinking in relevant contexts to solve mathematical and real-world problems. Students are required to translate mathematical representations and use equations. They should be able to solve equations and inequalities through various methods. They should be able to use basic concept of functions to describe relationships. And lastly, data analysis and probability or probability and statistics. The statistic and statistical concepts extend basic skills to include analyzing and interpreting increasingly complex data. So dealing with uncertainty and making predictions and outcomes require understanding of not only the meaning of basic probability concept, but also the application of those concepts in problem-solving and decision-making situations. The students are expected to apply their understanding of number and quantity in solving problems involving data and to use data analysis to broaden their number sense. Also, they are expected to be familiar with various graphs. So these should be able to make prediction from data and be able to explain their reasoning. So that's the 5 content in content area. So first is numbers and number sense. Second is measurement. Third is geometry. Fourth is patterns and functions. And last is probability and statistics. So that's all.
Alright, thank you so much, Miss Baranda, for that answer. For the third question, K-12 DepEd curriculum is always working that skills and processes should always be implemented to every learners in understanding mathematics. As an educator, how could you encourage your learners to engage and apply their mathematical knowledge, concepts, and skills in order to reach the expected outline in the curriculum?
I could encourage my learners to engage and apply their mathematical knowledge, concepts, and skills by knowing and understanding, estimating, computing, and solving, visualizing and modeling, representing and communicating, reasoning and proving, lastly, applying and connecting. All students are actively engaged in applying this process throughout the program. These mathematical processes can be seen as the processes through which all students acquire and apply mathematical knowledge, concepts, and skills.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Miss Kalina. Fourth question, what is a spiral curriculum?
A spiral curriculum refers to a curriculum design in which key concepts are presented repeatedly throughout the curriculum, but with deep layers of complexity or in different applications.
What is the importance of this in teaching mathematics?
The importance of a spiral curriculum and teaching mathematics, it encourages reinforcement of previous learned concept, which promotes the retention of skills and later grades. Example of this is when the students study the simple addition and subtraction from the last grade, and then the next grade they will study the same concept of addition and subtraction, but it's more complex than the previous one, and until to the more complexity. That's why the importance of this, that students can continuously learn the same concepts through the presented curriculum, but from the simplest to complexity form of gaining the information. Thank you.
Very well said, Miss Tiffany Quito. Thank you. For the last question, define the mathematics tool of the DepEd K-12 curriculum.
Thank you for that wonderful question, sir. So all of the students are regularly and routinely use the mathematical tools to enhance their mathematical thinking skills, understanding, and power. So the mathematical tools are the manipulative objectives, the measuring devices, the calculators and computers, the smartphone and tablet PCs in the internet.
Follow-up question, how this tool is or are important in learning mathematics?
Thank you, sir. Those mathematics tools are important in learning and teaching mathematics. But how or in what ways? So the key characteristic of these mathematics tools is that it supports learners in some manners. Like for example, a tool that can aid memory, which help students to review their problem-solving processes or allow learners to compare their performance with that of others, thereby supporting self-assessment. Mathematics tools can represent mathematical ideas in multiple ways, providing flexible alternatives for individuals who differ in terms of learners' characteristics. This tool can scaffold the learners by performing computations, providing more time to learners to test mathematical problems that requires reasoning.
Very well said, Miss Lustria. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening.